Let's go ahead and take a look at several locations across the lakes and give you an idea of what the best wind direction would be to get some lake effect snow. In Chicago, along the lakefront here in Lake Michigan, kind of a north-northeast wind. That gets the chance for the air to flow down the length of Lake Michigan, picking up sufficient moisture. If you're in Cleveland, along Lake Erie, notice a northerly wind coming across the western half of Lake Erie, picking up the moisture. And farther east, a west-southwest wind definitely. In Buffalo, a west-southwest wind is able to travel a good distance across Lake Erie, picking up substantial moisture. Now, as you head east of Buffalo, we go into Rochester. This is also an area in western New York susceptible to lake effect snow squalls. These squalls can be very heavy. Snow can fall at the rate of 2 to 4 inches per hour. We've had reports at times of thunder and lightning accompanying some of the snow squalls. Rochester, just one location which has seen that phenomena in the wintertime. As far as the lake effect snow, we've been talking about the cold winds coming out of Canada, and you can see these illustrated here. The winds sweep out of Canada. Cold air sets up with the lake streamers, or the lines of clouds, producing the localized lake effect snows. South Bend, Indiana, and Cleveland, Ohio, two locations getting in on lake effect snow. Into South Bend we go, and this is usually the situation you have to deal with around the northeast part of Ohio. You get the heavier snows, lake effect snows kicking in, all kinds of disruptions out at the airports as the snow continues to come down very hard. As we go west now to South Bend, look how much snow here on the ground. The folks shoveling out almost up to the knees, and this is quite typical. Some of these lake effect snow events can last on the order of 2 to 3 days.
Again, the process is lake effect, where it's enhanced by the precipitation that falls as the cold air rushes over the relatively warmer lake waters. I say relatively warmer. We're in a situation like we're having recently with the cold air coming out of Canada in the single digits and teens. It passes over, I don't want to jump into it, cold water where it's in the temperatures in the 30s and 40s, but compared to the outside air, yes, it is relatively warmer, and again, that process is enhanced. Now, one part of the country that really seems to get this enhancement of precipitation is in and around the Great Lakes. Well, not only lake effect process, but with warm air advection with a storm system, a low traveling across the Ohio Valley. A couple of places in New York really get dumped with snow, and one of them is Syracuse, New York, and 1993-94 winter seasons definitely adding to their totals. Look at this winter so far. This would take you out of December into January. They've seen almost 100 inches, 94.3. Now, normal to date, what they're expected to see is about 46 inches as we move into the second week in January. Their average winter picks up about 112 inches. So they definitely see a lot more snow as we move into January and February. Let's take you back to last week, where they had a combination of a 1-2 punch, and look how it can really add up the snow totals.